Hello, is everybody there?
Se fue.
I
Are
disappeared
you there,
for a second.
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
Hello.
Can you see me?
Is collecting.
Hello, can you see me?
What is Francisco? Doesn't, right? Oh,
Can you see me,
no.
students?
Yes.
No.
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 Class is being very difficult. Are you there, Mr. Webb?
It's not.
No.
The 25 was Francisco doesn't study, right?
It's 23.
Francisco doesn't study.
Doesn't
Yeah.
study.
Need 3.
Hello, students.
24. Oh, yeah.
I hear you, but we
I
cannot
don't
see you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes.
We hear you.
Okay, sorry, I'm having some connection problems over
Now
here.
you're here.
Can you see me now?
Now I can.
Yes.
We can see you now.
Okay, all right, so let's go back here. Sorry about that. Some connection
Oh.
problems. All right, so here we are, back to business, I think. Can everybody see
I don't see you. Oh my God.
can everybody see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we're back to where we were, right? And we were at my hobby is
Collecting.
Is to
collecting.
collect.
Very good. Either one would be okay. We could use an infinitive. We haven't talked
to-
about that, but it's possible.
If we put 2, is okay
Yep,
too?
no problem.
Okay,
Collecting?
so collecting.
Both are good.
Okay.
Whenever you have my hobby is, my
To
plan
collect too.
is, you can use either one, gerund or infinitive.
Okay.
All right. And this next one says recently.
Yeah.
Recently, again, I have it highlighted here because it's one of our new keywords for present perfect. So what do we say? My class?
Was.
Class.
Was or has
Have
been?
been. Have been.
Has been very difficult.
Has been, exactly. We use has been because I'm talking about something that started in the past, but is still happening today. Right? It started, it was difficult last week, it's still difficult this week. It has been difficult for a while. Okay?
Good.
Okay.
All right, no problems, everybody?
No.
No.
Not too much?
Not too much.
Not too much.
Also.
Okay.
Not too much.
Good,
It's
good,
good
good.
exercise.
Good
practice.
exercise. Every day, first thing we do one of these,
Yeah.
we always want to remember what we learned before. So that's why I always want to do one of these the first thing. Okay, let's see who we have here. Let's see, we have Anna Maria, we have, I think that is Irene there. Is that Irene? Is that you, Irene? Hi, Irene.
Sira.
Okay. Hi, Irene. Oh, and we have Sarah over here in the Galaxy S10. Okay. All right, Sarah, let me give you your name here. C-I-R-A. Okay, there we go.
Thank you.
And we have Jessica, Elvira, Maria Gasca, and Berta de la Torre, and Sebastiana. Okay. Welcome, ladies. All ladies today. We don't.
Yeah. All ladies.
What happened to all the boys in this class? They are lazy. Maybe they sleep late. They don't wake up on time now that school is over. We have a few men in this class, don't we?
I think it's 2 or 3.
2 or 3, yeah, but ¿dónde está?
No sé.
I don't see them. Maybe I will call them. Oh, I see Elvira's cat. How is your cat, Elvira?
Yes.
What is the name of your cat?
Gigi's.
Okay.
Gigi's.
Okay, very good. Very good. All right, so we have some visitors. We have some cats. Maybe the cats will learn some English today too. All right, so especially these days, we're thinking a lot about cause and effect. So I'm going to write a little paragraph, and I want you to look carefully at the verbs and it's not the verbs so much, but the words that I choose. And then we're going to talk about how to connect ideas a little more carefully. Okay, but first let me open up a screen here, and let me see if I can, whoops, okay. Let me open up a screen if I can. I'm going to make this smaller and open up a new file here. Okay. All right. Okay. And now back to my screen here, and I'm going to share. Okay. Here we go. All right. Okay. Can everybody see my empty piece of paper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So. All right. I'm going to write a little paragraph here, and I want you to watch carefully what I do.
Okay.
Big problems.
Hey. I found it.
These days, everybody is worried about the coronavirus. It's true, huh?
Yes.
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 Problem.
Big problem. Because of this problem, many businesses are closed. Because businesses are closed, a lot of workers have lost their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at?
Workers who lose their jobs need money, comma, so they apply for unemployment. Consequently, the number of people applying for unemployment is very high these days.
Hmm?
All right, now I'm gonna make some of these words a different color.
Ya voy, ya.
I'm gonna make some of these words a different color, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my microphones.
Okay.
Oops. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm going to make a few of these a different color, so we can look carefully at the words. These days, everybody is worried about the coronavirus. because of this problem, many businesses have closed. Because businesses have closed, a lot of workers have lost their jobs. Workers who lose their jobs need money, so they apply for unemployment. Consequently, the number of people applying for unemployment is very high these days. So I want you to notice the words I wrote in red. And let me make this just a little bit bigger so everybody can see it very clearly. All right. So look at these numbers that I made, these letters I made red. We have because of, because, so, and consequently. All of these talk about causes and effects, but the grammar is just a little tiny bit different for each one, right? Because of is what we call a preposition. Because is what we call a clause connector. So is what we call a conjunction. And consequently is what we call a transition word. So all of these words are useful. And in level 3, we start learning these words to put the ideas of cause and effect together. Cause and effect together. So I could just say, for example, everybody is worried about the coronavirus. Many businesses have closed. A lot of workers have lost their jobs. People are applying for unemployment, and the number of unemployment people is very high. I could do that, but it's better to connect the ideas with these connecting words. And each one requires a little bit different grammar. So our job for today, I'm going to introduce it today, and we'll talk more about it tomorrow and next week. We're going to start looking at the words we need to know to make these connections. The words we need to know to make these connections. Okay, so I'm going to, let me see here. I'm going to open up a file here, if I can find it in my desktop. Okay, let me see here. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Again. All right. Now,
Hello.
okay, I'm gonna start the presentation, and again, I'm gonna keep the mics off, but I want you to look carefully, and if you have any questions, please speak up. But I'm going to go ahead and share the screen now, and we're going to talk about cause and effect. You just saw a bunch of examples, but let's look at it more closely. Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay. Cause and effect, combining ideas in English, Mr. Webb's ESL class. All right. Cause and effect. All right. Cause and effect. In English, there are various strategies to combine a cause with its effect, to put them together, to combine, right? We need a word to combine. Example, because of the coronavirus, many people have lost jobs. We just talked about that. Since I'm not a US citizen, I can't vote. There's another connector. We didn't have a map. Consequently, we got lost. Becky is a nurse, so she knows a lot about health. 1, 2, 3, 4 different styles. 4 different styles. And each style has a couple of choices that we can use. So let's look at them all very closely. Notice again, we have a cause and an effect. Cause, coronavirus. Effect, many people lost jobs. Cause, I'm not a citizen. Effect, I can't vote. Cause, we didn't have a map. Effect, we got lost. Cause, Becky is a nurse. Effect, she knows a lot about health. We use these when we're answering the question, why? Right? Why did many people lose their jobs? Because of the coronavirus. Why can't you vote? Since I'm not a citizen. Why did you get lost? Because we didn't have a map. Why does Becky know a lot about health? Because she is a nurse, right? We're all answering the question, why? All right? 4 basic ways to combine, and we've seen all 4. First in the little paragraph that I wrote about coronavirus, and in all those examples we just saw. We have what we call clause connectors, because and since. We have what we call prepositions, because of and due to. Notice, of and to are prepositions, right? Prepositions are those little connecting words, right? In, on, at, to, from, with, and, to, and of. So is what we call a conjunction. There's only one conjunction for cause and effect, and that's so. We have 2 transition words. Notice the transition words are a little bit longer. Therefore, consequently, right? So these 7 words are what we're going to focus on for the next couple days. These 7 words: because, since, because of, due to, so, therefore, consequently. Each connector requires slightly different grammar. Clause connectors. All right, clause connectors are the most popular. We use them all the time. The most common way to connect ideas in English is with a clause connector. They can either be at the beginning or in the middle of a sentence. Each part of the sentence must include a subject and a verb. Okay? Keywords, 2 of them: since and because. Whenever you have these 2 words, since and because, you need a subject and a verb. A subject and a verb. Not a noun, not a verb only. A subject and a verb. So let me show you. Because you worked hard, the boss is going to give you a day off tomorrow. Notice, because plus subject plus verb. Subject, verb. Subject, verb. Or, the boss is going to give you a day off tomorrow because you worked hard. You can put it over at the other side too. Since I paid in cash, I got a discount. Again, subject, verb. Subject, verb. I got a discount since I paid in cash. Subject, verb. Subject, verb. Notice, if I begin the sentence with a connector, I need a comma. See, if I have because and since out here in the beginning, look what I need. See that little comma? I need a comma there and a comma over here. But on the other hand, if I have since and because in the second position, no comma is necessary. That's because. Since actually we don't study in the book until level 4, but they're the same thing. So you can learn them now or you can learn them later. It doesn't matter. They're the same idea. They tell you the reason for an action, right? So because I am sick, I went to the doctor. Since I am sick, I went to the doctor. Same thing. Same thing. But I always need a subject and a verb. So that's the first kind, clause connectors. Prepositions. Like cause connectors, prepositions can be either at the beginning or in the middle. However, sin embargo, however, the preposition is only used with a noun. What's a noun? A noun is a person, place, or thing, right? A person, place, or thing. Keywords, not just because of, or due to, same thing. Because of, due to, same thing. Because of the bad weather, the picnic was canceled. We have a subject and verb over here, picnic was canceled. But over here, no verb. Solamente a noun, bad weather. Weather is a noun. The picnic was canceled because of the bad weather. Again, subject plus noun. Because of, noun. Due to the traffic, I was late for my job interview. Due to, noun. Due to, noun. I was late for my job interview due to the traffic. Due to, noun. Due to, noun. Okay? Again, commas if I have the red one in the front. See my comma here? Because of the bad weather, comma. Due to the traffic, comma. Gotta have the comma when due to and because of are first. If it's in the middle of the sentence, no comma necessary. Conjunction.
Oh my God.
Again, I'm going to send you these slides, so don't go crazy about trying to copy these down. I'll send you these slides so you'll have everything in your notes.
Okay, thank
Conjunctions. Remember, conjunction, there's only one. So. We use so after a comma,
so.
right? We use so in for many reasons in English, but this is the conjunction. I'm very busy today, comma, so I can't go to English class. Cause, effect. I took the medicine regularly, comma, so I started to feel better. Cause, effect. Next Monday will be a holiday, comma, so I don't have to go to work. Cause, effect. Cause, effect. I like this guy. Relax and take it easy. He's on vacation. All right. So what's the rule for so? In the middle, after a comma. In the middle, after a comma. Transitions, the last one. Transition is almost exactly like a conjunction with one little difference, the punctuation. Transition we use with a period, right? Like transitions, like conjunctions, transitions are between the cause and the effect. However, the transition is used after a period. We usually use these transitions to combine longer ideas. The two transitions that we use for cause and effect are therefore and consequently. We learned transition words in level 2 already. What were the transition words we learned in level 2? First, next, then, after that, finally. If you remember learning those in level 2, when we wrote about a vacation, right? First I bought my ticket. Then I went to San Francisco.
Because you look like.
All right. There is a citywide quarantine in effect for the next few weeks. Therefore, all English classes must be online. Notice, punto. Therefore, comma. Punto. Therefore, comma. Victor worked very hard, came in early, and did excellent work. Consequently, the boss gave him a raise and a promotion. There's our friend Victor with his raise and his promotion. All right, the end. You came to class today, so now you understand cause and effect. Because you understand cause and effect, your English will be better. I hope so. All right, now, let me stop the share here for just a second. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn everybody's microphone back on. All right, so let's go over together what we learned. We learned 7 words. 7 words, and these 7 words we're going to start memorizing today, right? The 2 words that were called clause connectors were since and because. Since and because. Now, in this case, since and because, what's the rule that we have to remember about since and because? What was the rule? Do you remember? When I have since and because, I use it with
A big problem?
a subject and a verb, right? A subject and a verb. So since and because, always with a subject and a verb, all right? Actually, I'm going to put this on the board so we always remember, okay? I'll remember the key points. Okay, let's see. Screen share, whiteboard. Okay. All right. Let's practice. Okay. Key points. All right. Since, because, always with subject and verb. Due to, because of, always with now. So always in the middle, always after comma. All right, there we go. I'm going to turn off the mics for a second and give you a chance to write all this down. Give you a chance to write this down, and while you're writing it down, I'm going to make some example sentences. Since, remember, what do we use? A subject and a verb. So, for example, since I have a cold, comma, I am taking medicine. Since I have a cold, subject and verb. Because also uses a subject and verb, right? Because I am not feeling well, comma, I'm staying home today. Again, subject and verb. I am not feeling well, subject and verb. Due to and because of, different story. Due to and because of, we always use a noun. So, for example, due to his heart condition, comma, my father cannot work. Heart condition, noun. Or because of bad traffic, comma, I am always late for work. Because of noun, traffic. So, what do we use so? Always in the middle, always after a comma, right? I'm hungry, comma, so I'm going to have a sandwich. Therefore and consequently, always in the middle, but always after a period. So, for example, this computer is on sale, period. Therefore, I'm going to order it today. Or, consequently, same story, right? The students didn't understand the lesson. Consequently, the teacher tried to explain it again. Okay? No problems? All right, let me go back to the main screen here, and we'll talk about this a little bit. Okay, let me share. Let me turn everybody's microphone back on. Did everybody have a chance to write down that information?
Yes.
You got it? You got it? Okay,
Yes.
great.
Thank you.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, good. All right, good. So let's take two ideas and see if we can make some sentences. And then we'll look a little more closely at it from the pages that are in the book. Okay, but we're going to take two ideas and see if we can make numerous sentences, okay? All right, so I'm going to share my screen again. All right. And we're going to go, let's see. Okay. Share screen. Let me see here. All right, let's see here. Share my board again. Can I erase this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to erase the board here. Okay, and then we're going to write some more here. Okay, back here. All right. Let's have cause and effect. Let's say our cause is rain, and our effect the picnic was postponed. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's definitely.
All right. So what's the cause? The rain. What's the effect? The picnic was postponed.
It's raining.
Okay.
It's the rain.
Okay. So let's try to say it with because. What can we say? Because. Now what do we need with because? Subject and verb, right? So because it was raining, and then the effect we don't have to change at all. The picnic was canceled or postponed. Postponed. Okay, because it was raining. You see what I did? I had it was, subject and verb. All right. What about because of? What can we say with because of? What do we need?
Because of
the rain.
Exactly.
the rain.
Very good. Excellent. Because rain is a noun, right? Because of the rain.
Yes.
And the effect is going to be the same. The picnic was, I always want to write canceled. Not canceled, just postponed. All right. All right. Can we write it with, so?
Look at manga, huh?
How would we write it with so? Let's start with the cause.
Look, he's definitely bleeding so much.
Anybody have an idea?
It's
Aaron,
because
It was
it was raining,
so.
so the panic was
The
postponed.
picnic.
Picnic? Sorry.
The panic, no panics.
No,
was
the
raining.
picnic.
The picnic, yes, the picnic was postponed.
Postponed.
Right? It was raining, so the picnic was postponed. All right. What about with consequently?
It was raining.
Almost the same, right? Except punto.
Consequently, the picnic was postponed.
All right. All right. So far, so good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's try one more here with some different words. Okay. Let's try another one here. All right. Let's have the cause.
One more. Oh, yeah.
Let's have the cause this time be a bad headache. And the effect, Melanie took an aspirin. Okay, cause and effect. Everybody clear? Okay,
Yeah.
so let's start with because. Oh, no, let's do since. This time let's do since. Since is just like because. So what do I need? Subject and verb. So since
Because.
Melanie
Melanie.
What's the verb for headache?
Since Melanie has a headache,
Right. So since Melanie has a headache,
Us.
she what? What did she do?
she was taking,
She took an
or she took
aspirin.
Aspirin.
Right. Since Melanie has a headache, she took an aspirin. Okay. All right. How about due to? What do we say about due to? Due to plus noun. Due to plus noun. So what can we say? Due to
Melanie.
due to a headache,
Oh,
right? Due to a headache, Melanie did what?
Took
took
an aspirin.
And aspirin. Very good. Due to a headache, Melanie took an aspirin. Okay. All right. What about with so?
So.
So we're going to start with Melanie. What's the story with
he
Melanie?
has a headache,
Melanie has a bad headache.
so she took
Exactly.
Took
Comma,
an aspirin.
so she took an aspirin. Okay. And finally, how about therefore? Therefore is just like so, except we use a period, right? So we're going to we're going to write exactly the same words. Has a bad headache. Punto. Therefore, comma,
therefore
she took
he took
an
an aspirin.
aspirin. Punto. Okay. So, what do we have? We have, this one is called a clause connector. Clause connector. And this one is also a clause connector. Right? Since and because are clause connectors. This one is a preposition. right? Because of is a preposition, and also due to is a preposition, right? Conjunction, remember, there's only one conjunction. Oops. So is the only conjunction for cause and effect. And consequently, and therefore, are called transitions.
Transition.
Transition is always at the beginning of a new sentence. That's the difference between the transition and the conjunction. In the conjunction, same sentence. In transition, new sentence. Okay, I'll give you a second to write all that down, and then we're gonna look at some examples in the book. And if you watched the video that I sent out for everybody, you'll notice that the video concentrated on just two, because and because of. But I wanted to give you everything so you'll have it all together in one place. So little by little, yeah, and for your final test for this level, that's really what we need to focus on mostly, because and because of. If we can use because correctly, great, right? I'm giving you all of these because it's easier to have all of them at once, so you can kind of see how English works. Okay, does everybody have them copied down?
Yes, maybe.
Yes.
Or a little more time?
Yes.
Okay, I'll wait. It's probably going to take us a couple of weeks to cover this chapter, but that's okay, because Miss Aguirre is going to be doing a different chapter with you tomorrow, so we'll be bouncing back and forth between two things. That's the only way that we can learn everything by the end of the semester, because of all this disaster. Everybody got it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right, good. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Now, if you have your textbook with you, we're gonna look at the textbook pages now. Let me see if I can find the pages. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see here. Gotta make some moves here. All right. Oops. One page too many. All right. Can everybody see the pictures?
Yes.
Make it a little bit bigger for you. All right. This is on page, let me see, 32. 32, the beginning of Unit 3 in your green book. So if you have your green book, you can look along. I know some of you don't have a book because you didn't have an opportunity to buy one before everything got closed down. But if you don't have a book, you can just look on the screen. Not a problem. 32. The first page of chapter 3. Sorry, chapter 3.
Okay.
All right. So this is going to be a little listening practice. We'll do this page today, and then we'll do other pages next time. We have a story about Anna. And Anna's having a problem. What is Anna having a problem with? What is in picture number 1 there? What do you see?
Fire alarm.
A fire alarm, or sometimes called a smoke detector, right? And where is the smoke detector in your house usually located?
The ceiling?
Usually on the ceiling, right? The ceiling or on the wall, right? They always put it high up, right? Because the heat always rises, right? The heat goes up, it doesn't stay down. So if the heat goes up, they want to have the smoke detector up there to notice the smoke, right? So,
Yeah.
So Anna, does Anna look like a housewife or a business person?
How?
Look at the picture of Anna. Does she look like she's a housewife or a business person?
House.
She's in her house, but is she a housewife or a business lady?
Business lady.
Looks like she's
Yeah.
going to work, right? She's all dressed.
Yeah.
She's dressed very nicely. She's having her coffee. Her hair looks nice. She's got her earrings on. So probably she's going to work. Now, on the other hand, she's going to call Maria. Does Maria look like she's going to work?
No.
No, she's probably a homemaker, right?
Yeah.
So Maria's at home, and Anna is going to call Maria about the problem. And Maria is going to suggest Daniel fix the problem. Because what does Daniel have?
Ladder.
He has a ladder. He has a ladder, right? Remember, the smoke detector is usually pretty high. So Daniel has a ladder, and that will help him get to the smoke detector. Because then you see picture number 5, what does Daniel need to do? He needs to change the battery, right? He needs to change the battery. So we're going to hear a conversation between Anna, a businesswoman, and Maria, a homemaker, because Anna has a problem, right? Anna is calling because she has a problem with her smoke detector. And due to the high ceiling, she cannot reach the smoke detector. So Daniel is going to come over with a ladder, right? And because Daniel has a ladder, he is able to easily change the battery in the smoke detector, right? So cause and effect, right? Why is Anna calling? Because she has a problem with her smoke detector. Why is Daniel going to need a ladder? Because of the high ceiling. All right? Now, I'm going to turn off everybody's microphone again, and we're going to do some listening. Okay? Now, in this listening practice, we're going to hear about Anna, and she's got certain problems. Okay? So I'm going to do a new share here, and I'm going to put the sound on, and I'm going to turn off everybody's microphone. All right, and mute. There we go, nice and quiet. Okay, so everybody's going to listen, and you're going to listen to the conversation between these two ladies, Anna, the business lady, and Maria, the housewife. We're going to listen to their conversation, and we're going to see what are the problems she's been having. These are the problems of Anna, okay? Okay, so let's listen and see which problem she has.
Unit 3, Friends and Family. Page 33, exercises 2A and 2B.
Hello?
Maria. Hi, it's Anna.
Hey, hi Anna. How are you?
Good, thanks. But I've been super busy. Listen, Maria, do you have a minute to talk? Are you eating dinner?
No, we've eaten. What's up?
Well, I need a favor.
Sure, Anna. What is it?
The smoke alarm in my kitchen is beeping. Beep, beep, beep. I need to change the battery, but the ceiling's too high. Can I borrow your ladder?
Sure, but I have a better idea. Daniel can come over and change the battery for you.
Really? Are you sure he has enough time?
Oh, Anna, you know Daniel. He's never too busy to help a neighbor. He'll come over in 5 minutes.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. I owe you one. See you.
Wait, Anna. I want to ask you something. Did you hear our noisy neighbors last Saturday night? They had a party until 3 in the morning. Because of the noise, we couldn't sleep at all.
Gosh, that's too bad, Maria. I didn't hear anything, but you should complain to the manager.
Yeah, I know. I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay. All right, so let me turn the microphones back on and all right, let me stop the share and share again. Okay, get this off. Okay, all right. All right. So, what are the problems? Has Anna been busy? Yes, she has.
Yes.
Are the children sick?
English.
Are the children sick?
No.
No, they didn't say anything about the children sick.
Mm-mm.
Is the ceiling too high?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
that's a problem for her. Is her car alarm broken?
No.
No, she didn't talk about her car alarm. Is her smoke alarm need a battery?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe.
And are her neighbors noisy?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Yes, but Anna didn't notice, right? It was mostly a problem for Maria. But good. So the problems are ceiling is too high,
Ceiling is too high.
smoke alarm
Smoke
needs a
alarm.
battery, and neighbors are noisy, right? All right. So let's see if we can put some of these vocabulary words into the story. Okay, can everybody see the vocabulary words?
Yeah.
We have the word alarm. Alarm is the same word that is in Spanish, right? Alarm. When something rings, you every morning your alarm wakes you up. Appreciate, right? When you have gratitude for something, you say gracias a Dios. You appreciate what you have, right?
Yes.
Battery is what you need for your car alarm, right? Borrow. Now this one is very important. This one is very important because students get confused about this all the time. And let me open the board up for this because this is important. I'm going to erase all this. And here's an important vocabulary. Two words we have to be clear about. Borrow and lend.
Like
What's the difference?
borrow is like prestar.
Borrow is when you
Give it for somebody.
When you borrow something, do you give or you receive?
Give.
you receive.
You receive, right?
Or receive.
Yes.
Borrow is to receive from another, right? And lend
Lend is like you giving money to
is
somebody.
to give to another. Right. So can I borrow your pencil? Can I borrow your pencil? You say, yes, I will lend my pencil to you. Right? Can I borrow your pencil? Right? Yes, I will lend the pencil to you. Yes, Irene, do you have a question? Or just push the button?
Yeah.
Lend and borrow, right? So, if I lend, it's my property. If I borrow, it's not mine, right? You can only lend your property. You cannot borrow your property. So sometimes especially kids make a mistake, right? So for example, the bank is lending me some money. I am borrowing money from the bank, right? The bank is lending me some money. I am borrowing some money from the bank, right? Whose money is it? The money belongs to the bank. So they are lending me the money. I am borrowing the money. Okay?
Mhm.
All right, I'll give you a chance to finish writing those down, and then we're going to look at, I'm going to mute everybody because it's a little noisy. Give you about 2 minutes to write that down, and then we'll look back at the vocabulary. And then if we have time, we're going to look quickly at because and because of, but we'll practice that more in the next lesson. Okay. All right. So back to the story here. All right. Okay, let me put on your microphones here. Okay. All right. So we had borrow. Come over. When we say come over, what does that mean? Come over. Come over means come to my house, right? So I call my friend, do you want to come over on Saturday? Do you want to come to my house? Come over means come to my house. Complain, right? Remember Maria told Anna you should complain to the manager. You should complain to the manager. Favor. Favor, right? What did he say? Can you do me a favor? I need a favor.
I need
Noise.
something to you.
Yeah. Noise is what we have right now in our room, right?
I
Yes.
know. Yeah. We know that.
There's a
Yes,
noise. I
somebody
don't know
has
where that.
noise.
No, there's. And what's the difference between noise and noisy?
Noisy is more than noise.
Almost.
Or
Noise is a noun.
noun.
Noisy is an adjective.
Okay.
So I would say, for example, there is a lot of noise. The room is noisy. See the difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you explain again, please?
Let me put it on the board. All right. Here's the board again. Erase this one. Right?
Oh.
Noisy is an adjective. Do you hear that noise? That's a noun. I have noisy neighbors. That's an adjective describing something, right? Okay, good. All right, I'll give you a chance to write that down,
Yeah.
and then we'll see if we can finish up and look at this vocabulary. And then I think we're almost out of time, so I think we'll save the next page for the next day, for our next lesson. All right, can I close this down?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right, very good. All right, let's go back to the story here. And the final word is owe. Owe. I owe you some money, right? When you have an obligation to somebody, you say, I owe them. I owe them. Okay, good. All right. So what do we have here? Let's see if we can put the vocabulary into the story, and then we'll listen to the whole story. All right. It says here, Anna and Maria are neighbors. Anna calls Maria because she needs a favor. The smoke.
Alarm.
Smoke
Alarm.
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 Smoke alarm. So number 2 is the word alarm. Go ahead and write that in your number 2 on your book. The smoke alarm is beeping. All right. She needs to change what?
The battery.
The battery. Very good. She needs to change the battery. but the ceiling in her kitchen is too high. Anna asks to
Borrow.
borrow the ladder, right? She wants to borrow the ladder. So number 1 is favor. Number 2 is alarm.
Alarm.
Number 3 is battery. And number 4 is ladder.
Borrow.
Oh, borrow. Borrow.
Borrow.
Borrow. So favor, alarm, battery, and borrow. Okay, let's look at the next paragraph. Maria says her husband Daniel will with a ladder.
Came over.
Come over, right? We'll come over with the ladder, right? Go to your house, visit, right? Come over means visit. And Anna
Come
says,
to my house.
I appreciate it.
well, but it says here,
I owe you one.
you won. I owe you one.
I owe you.
I owe you.
Yeah. You meaning I have an obligation to you. You do a favor for me, and I will do a favor for you, right? I owe you one, right? So if I give you $5 for lunch, what do you say? I owe you $5, right? I owe you $5. I have an obligation. So this means she, Daniel's help.
Appreciates.
Right. So number 5 is come over. Number 6, I owe you one.
I owe you one.
And number 7, appreciate. Good. All right. Next, Maria tells Anna about their, what kind of neighbors?
Noisy.
Noisy with a Y, right? Noisy neighbors. Noisy neighbors. All right. The neighbors had a party on Saturday night because of the
noise.
Maria and Daniel couldn't sleep. All right. So what does Anna tell Maria?
She should complain.
Complain to the manager. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right, good. Students, let's practice the pronunciation of these words and then we'll listen to it in the story. All right?
Okay.
Repeat after me, students. Please repeat. Alarm.
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 Appreciates.
Appreciates.
Appreciates. Battery.
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 Borrow.
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 Come over.
Come over.
Come over.
Come over.
Complain.
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 Favor.
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 Noise.
Noise.
Noisy.
Noisy.
Noise.
Noise.
Noisy.
Noisy.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, oh is just like oh my, right? Okay, all right. Let's listen to this story. Let me do a new share here. Okay, let's do the sound. Okay, and I'm going to turn off the microphones. Okay. All right. And we're going to listen to this story once again of Anna and Maria and listen for the vocabulary words that we just heard. All right.
Page 33. Exercise 3A.
Anna and Maria are neighbors. Anna calls Maria because she needs a favor. The smoke alarm in Anna's kitchen is beeping. She needs to change the battery, but the ceiling in her kitchen is too high. Anna asks to borrow Maria's ladder. Maria says her husband, Daniel, will come over with a ladder and help Anna. Anna says, I owe you one. This means she appreciates Maria and Daniel's help, and she will do a favor for them in the future. Next, Maria tells Anna about their noisy neighbors. The neighbors had a party on Saturday night. Because of the noise, Maria and Daniel couldn't sleep. Anna tells Maria that she should complain to the apartment manager.
Very good. All right, now I want you to notice a couple of things. We have three of the transitions that I was talking about here. See here, because up on the top here in the first sentence, Anna calls Maria because she needs a favor. Notice because plus subject and verb. And then down here a little later, number 9, because of the noise, because of the noise, because of noun. And we have one transition word, although it's not the one we talked about today. We have this transition word next, right? And notice it's a transition word with a comma and a capital letter after a period. Okay, very good. All right, let me stop that share for a second. All right. And let me put everybody's microphone back on here. Okay. All right, and we are almost to 12 o'clock. Now, for tomorrow, if you have a book, I want you to look at that next page in the book. Whatever page is that? Page 38?
What pages?
The next page, lesson B. What page is it? 38?
No, 34.
34 and 35. Look at those 2 pages. Look carefully about. You don't have to do it right if you don't have time. But if you have time, see if you can answer those questions before class next time, and then we'll go over it together next time. All right. So let's review what we learned today. 4 kinds of connectors, right?
Yes.
Yes.
4 kinds of connectors. Clause connectors, because and since.
Yes.
Prepositions, due to and because of. Conjunction, so, and 2 transition words, therefore and consequently. Right? So we have 7 things we need to memorize this week.
7.
7 words, right?
Yeah.
Because, since, because of, due to, so, therefore, consequently. Okay?
Exactly.
So we're going to talk more about this tomorrow. Not tomorrow, because we don't have class.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow you're with Miss Aguirre. Wednesday. We're going to talk about this. And we'll continue talking about it next week. So we're going to spend the next 2 weeks with cause and effect until we understand it. It's a little tricky because the meaning is the same, right? So and therefore mean the same thing. It's the same. What's the difference? Punctuation, right? Because and because of mean the same thing. What's the difference? Because plus a subject and verb, because of plus a noun. So the meaning is the same. It's just the grammar is a little bit different with each one. And that's what we have to try to memorize. Okay, but we're on our way. We've got our start. Now I'm going to send you those slides that I showed you earlier. I'm going to send you those slides right now so you can look at them and copy them down in your notes if you didn't have a chance. Okay? Okay. So gracias a todos.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Have a good day.
I really appreciate you coming, and I will see you again on Wednesday. Okay?
Okay.
Good work
See
today.
you
Good work
Wednesday.
today. Don't stay cool. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
We'll see you next time. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, and
Bye.
Patricia, I'm going to make your account today, okay?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
All right, all right.
Mr. Webb, I have
Yes.
a question.
Yes.
Can my sister enjoy your class for tomorrow? I mean, for Wednesday?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
just send her the link and have her come. Sure, no problem.
thank you.
Okay.
Have
All
a
right.
great day.
All right, have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.